How you doing? This is Michael Young with Coldwell Banker Real Estate. Today we've got Ed Diaz with Movement Mortgage, and we're going to be talking about 30-year fixed mortgages versus adjustable rate mortgage. Now, Ed, interest rates are at an all-time low. Doesn't it make sense to lock in your 30-year rate so it doesn't move?
That's assuming that the purchase that you're about to make is going to be your forever home. What do I mean by that? Are you going to use this house as a casket? Are you going to die in this house? Most likely not. And if you look at the numbers, the reality is that most people are keeping their homes for 5 to 7 years. Those days of our grandparents buying their first home and dying in that first home are over. Just like getting the watch as a retirement bonus when you're leaving your corporate job doesn't exist anymore. Same thing. Social dynamics have changed completely, especially in real estate. So
let's say I'm a young first-time home buyer and I take your advice. I go in with an adjustable rate mortgage. I'm 3 years into my house. I mean, I'm kind of stuck with the mortgage, right?
That is one of the myths, is that because it's an adjustable rate mortgage that you have to ride the wave of it adjusting. The fact is that adjustable rate mortgages come in several flavors. A 3-year fixed, 5 years, 7 and 10. What does this mean? These are the initial periods that the mortgage is fixed. The one I personally like is the 7-year adjustable rate mortgage because the rate is so great and you have 7 years where that payment is fixed, does not change for the first 7 years. It gives you time for life events to happen without getting stuck with a mortgage that all of a sudden skyrockets in the payment for you. It gives you time to really plan.
So is there a difference between the rate on an ARM versus a 30-year fix, and how does that affect my purchase price when I go into bidding?
Great question. Yes, there is a big difference. The 30-year rate mortgage has been kind of like the go-to default for most people because they're afraid. But the truth is there's nothing to be afraid of when you plan correctly. The 7-year, for example, adjustable rate mortgage is about 3/4 to 1% lower than the 30-year mortgage. Now here's my question to you. Why do you think that is? Why would an adjustable rate mortgage, a 7-year, for example, be 3/4 to 1% lower than the 30-year?
Ding!
Here's the answer. If you look at it from the bank's point of view, we don't have another opportunity to raise your rate for 30 years. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to front load the cost to you. We're going to make it more expensive because we want to get paid. Now, here's another truth about the 30-year fixed. The first 7 to 8 years, you're pretty much paying all interest anyway. So you're not really getting any traction. That's the reality. Now, why is that? Because the banks, again, want you to pay their interest first, and then you can touch principal later. So an adjustable rate mortgage might make sense. Now, I'm not saying that that is a cure-all or it applies to everybody, because I really believe that mortgages are like shoes. One size does not fit all. Everybody has a different shoe size. But it's something to always take into consideration, because if you're going to get a 3/4 to 1% lower rate, that instantly means that you're going to qualify for more home, which makes you more competitive in this crazy market where they're putting in so many offers. You want to be competitive. You want to win that bid. Plus, let's not forget the fact that I can also close in 14 days. Did I say that out loud? I sometimes have the tendency to have a little bit of Tourette's.
Movement Mortgage has a great product where they actually can close escrow in 14, sometimes even 12 days, best case scenario. So that's why it works so closely with Ed. So, Ed, to summarize, number one, a lot of people say they will hold for long term. In reality, they only hold for 5 to 7 years, right?
Yep, statistics.
Okay, and the second thing is ARMs actually have a lower interest rate than 30-year fixed, which means that you can go with a higher purchase price to win that property, which are probably going to turn around in 5 to 7 years anyways.
That's right, and you know what? With a 7-year, you have 7 years to plan out, any kind of life changes, because those things are going to change. Think about this. You have children, you're going to instantly want to have more space, right? You get a sizable pay increase, the brain thinks this. I got an increase, I deserve a nicer house or a bigger house. You're going to do other things. It's not going to be static. Your life is dynamic.
All right. Well, I think that kind of sums up our discussion on ARM versus 30-year fixed today. We're going to keep this short. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to contact Ed or me directly. We're happy to serve you and to try to get you into your new first home. Thanks very much, and Ed and Michael signing off from San Francisco.
Have a great day.